Julie already hooked. It's already done, so it's ready. So right now I can go ahead and just. No lights. Do this first. We got 2 bolts on the front right there. Hopefully I can get those out. I don't really have the commercial drill out kit in case a bolt breaks, but we are putting this on. It's a factory part. Damn thing says Famoco. That one. And that one. If I get those out, everything else is ready. Got some WD-40 down there on it. They'll be deceiving because you'll crack it loose and it'll unthread a couple and then it'll seize up and break. Had that happen a lot. So what I'll do is I'll back it off, get it cracked loose, loosen it up a little bit, start to feel a little drag, WD-40 and suck it back in. And then pull it back out and keep doing that. I've had very good luck with it. That's it. We can kill it and drain the coolant now. This guy right here will make you so very happy because that will do the radiator petcocks, both sides. Put a hose on it, give it a quarter turn, pull it out. That will drain the secondary system and loosen a quarter turn. That's almost there, but I want to put the hose on before I do it. Then once it turns a little more, you can flip it around and do this side and keep it turning. That is your friend.
Draining.
There you go.
Just like that.
When this fluid starts to turn pink, you know it's time to get rid of it. Your creeper caught in the drain pan while you forget that it's down here draining, and then you get up there and knock it out and it drains all over the floor. Then you lose a reason for even freaking draining it and saving it. Might as well just let it fall on the floor. Don't break that nipple off. They seize a lot. Air filter out. Let's start exposing. Got the bolts broke loose already. Ready to get these lines off. Let's go. This little connection right here has caused a lot of trucks problems. I've had them before where that valve will actually restrict airflow on a truck. The tuning, who knows, maybe it was just a one-off thing that I had, but the tuning did not shut off the throttle plate. Make sure that's in your list. Unplug, at least unplug it. We're gonna replace that CAC tube over there on that side. So go ahead and take the butterfly valve out too. Just get it out of the way. If you get it out of the way and take it off, you could leave the harness plugged in. That way it gives a place for the harness to terminate. Just in case the tuning does something with that valve, there's nothing in it to close. Ideally, take the butterfly valve out, at least unplug it. Take your time. Look, I took WD-40 and took all kinds of time and still cut it. Those are very, very commonly broken. Take care. I don't know if I'll get them off, but I'm at least gonna try. Very good time to check your vacuum pump. Those bolts right there, those are notorious for becoming loose. Take them out, blue Loctite them, and torque them back in, about 10 foot-pounds, something like that. Take that off so that you can get to the bolt. That joint right there, that's where it leaks. Okay, so we separated this hose right here, and then take a big rubber tip blowgun. Just blow in right there. That way it kind of blows through and we can get most of the coolant out of the cooler, make it a lot cleaner when we get it off. Now we can close the radiator and we're done down there. So right there, let's just pick it up out of there. But that is proof that you can get both the bolts out. This is a 2013, 114,000 miles. Loosen as much as you can until you feel drag and then spray WD-40 on it. Wait a little bit, tighten it back down, loosen it back up, spray some WD-40, just take your time and then you don't have to do anything. Now I can put bolts in there and put the block offs on and shoot, we're done. We're not ever careful enough. What a freaking drag. So now we have to replace the heater core tube. This fitting right there, I didn't even notice it. Pulling it off must have been at the very end. It got brittle and broke. Actually, I haven't broke one of those yet, so even though I got the bolts out down there, now it's a plastic nipple sticks off at the end. What a freaking drag. I should have taken more time. I thought I was being careful. I didn't even know I broke it till just now. That pains me right there. I can't believe I did that. Well, let's be careful from here on out. That sucks. Freaking plastic. I mean, I seriously have taken hundreds of them off and I don't think I've ever broke one. Damn. All right, you got your little push pins down in there that hold the heat shield to it. Those work pretty good to spin out. Back there is pretty hard to spin it. You kind of just have to pull it out. And the tin all the way back there on the back, the EVP sensor's on, that stud in the middle of the screen. Absolute pain in the freaking butt. But right now, we should be about ready to pick it up off of there. All right, little tidbits information nobody ever tells you. Vacuum line that runs the east, this vacuum line here that's got a double connector. Take this one off, take this whole line completely off the truck. This is the line that feeds over, down, underneath there, along it, over, and plugs in the, just take the whole freaking line off the freaking truck. Get it out of there. If you use 8mm knuckle, kind of almost stupid long, that gets almost all the bolts out. Never a bad idea to go ahead and thread chase those holes. Those are the worst 2 holes in the whole damn job. Let's go ahead and thread chase them, clean them out, blow them out with a blowgun. You spill coolant, you might as well back it out down there too. The valley will hold stuff for a long time, so we got a little hose that we shot back it out. Try to keep it clean. What do you mean that's not supposed to be on there? It says Fomoco on it. Do your best to not break anything. That is a pain in the ass to get off. That last clamp, that lower heater core tube that we broke, the piece that goes onto that fitting right there, is very fun to get off. So be very, very careful, don't break it. Okay, make a mental note. That's where that bracket goes. Imagine hardly ever get put on right. It goes all the way back there in the back. On that bolt right there, there's a little lock to hold it. And then you can put the retainer on, go up and over the EVP, and then push pin back in that little hole right there. That is how this setup does that wiring. At least it gives you a spot to mount it. It's back in the factory location. Everything is secured now, except that push pin right there. There's nowhere for that one to go, which could be worse. Like that black upper intake and the lower intake, look at this. They are disgusting. Right here, this is the throttle plate I was talking about taking out. Yeah, it's freaking nasty. So I don't remember what size they are, T15, T20, something like that. Inside of there, we're gonna take this plate off. And once this plate is gone, who gives a freaking, who cares? We can plug that harness back in, that way it holds the harness where it's supposed to be. It's very dirty crap, very nasty. Every time you touch it, just absolutely disgusting. And whenever we do clean a 6.7, it kills all the cleaners, whatever the cleaner is. So be ready, because the cleaning of all of the soot out once this gets done is pretty intense, pretty expensive. So we really like to either have to take the parts off. It's one of them fix it till it's broke type of things. If we ever have to go in, take turbo off, then all those parts will come off and we can clean them then. But right now we're gonna clean the parts that we have to touch. It just turns into a nasty freaking nightmare. And taking it all apart just to clean the intake, I really like to have an issue. I'd like to have a reason, because I mean, it runs, arguably though, because you know, you would think that if you get rid of some of this soot, it might run better. If we have to push this over and hold that down and then put it on, yeah, get that out of there. That is some nasty crap. I just had to drill it out. Hopefully that bar don't break. I'm gonna have to look at it once we clean it up, because I had to drill that out. We could just possibly take it out, but air just goes through it, and it's right here. Oh no, it's strong. Yeah, it's strong. You can see where I drilled it right there. So we'll go wash it up and see what the damage is and decide whether or not we need to take the bar out, but I don't think so. We just desperately do not want that to fall into the engine. So I'm right smack in the middle of getting all this done, getting that pipe out and getting everything out, and then all of a sudden I turn around and we got a whole damn get together going on. Cody's hooking up some fish. Appreciate it, Frank.
You already tricked me into eating some of that?
Yeah, probably.
I didn't get a bone, so.
Well, my dad would say that's good for you.
This is very common for have your glow plug short out. Knox controllers, we are underneath Frank's truck. I mean, we're just down here playing around. Frank's transfer case output shaft is leaking. Man, look how close that tank is. He's got a Titan tank in this truck. Pretty big. They're not very nice for the transfer. Oh, I don't like that. Not one single bit at all. Yeah, that's actually broke the hell down, but it's physically rubbing in the tank. Damn Titan tank's too big. They should have had a revision for the tank, so that if you have extra room behind the tank. That sucks right there. I was not planning on getting into that. But yeah, that's not freaking good. Okay, when your skid plate's bent, because you got a tightened fuel tank and it's too big, we get a couple of blocks, and we use a hydraulic jack, and we jack it up. Let's see what happens. It's gonna bend it, but we need to bend it. Go. Oh, it's bending it right where that tank is. Trying to pick the whole truck up by it. It's the only place I could really think of that has enough strength to do it. It's I wind up taking the truck off the ground. And we just need to bend it down. It was bent out. Oh, now it's bending. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good bend. All right, go down just a little. Let's see if it stayed. I mean, hell, I guess I could check that, but I'd like to honestly run it again. Yeah, that's what we're doing though. Let's get some clearance. And that's what we're left with right there. We're at the end of the zone. So it's clear, and hopefully it doesn't move around and go back over and touch it again. We was jacking up on it. That thing is very hard to bend. I mean, the only other option is cut it, and I didn't want to deform it by cutting it. But I had the whole truck lift up off. Me and Julie had the truck lift off the ground by that bow right there, where that high side of that bow is right there. Yeah, I had the jack on it, trying to pick it up, and it would not take the bow out. So that's, I mean, the next thing would be loosen the fuel tank, but I kind of really didn't want to go adjusting it because it's where it's likened to right at, so I'd rather do the skid plate. Yeah, so at least it's not physically touching it, so we just have to make sure to keep an eye on that as days and months go by. We are done underneath, and we got our hose that I broke. KH550. In case you break that nipple off right there. It cost you about a $100 bill. I went ahead and put that back on. We did not get the updated tube. That is very, very fast to replace, very easy. We're not stopping the whole train for that. Got the parts all on. It's, pour some coolant in it. That's not much to see here now. Top it off and fire it up. Say bye-bye. Topping off all the coolant. And let's get in here and see how she does. There you go. Let me go double check one more time because I want to look around before I hit the start button. Get in a hurry like that, it's not far-fetched. Forget a freaking wrench down somewhere or something somewhere. Yeah, so I'm not gonna get carried away. I'll jump up there and do one more quick look around just to check it out. I mean, I've had wrenches fly across the shop because they were positioned where they're not supposed to be. All the parts are on. Caps are off. Cooling systems are not topped off yet. Yeah. No, we're good. Let's fire it home. Here we go. Watch for lights. Let's shut the door. Love it when a plane comes together. No lights, no check engine. Let's go outside and look. Sounds a lot different. That is a factory setup right there. Right on. Sounds good. Send her on down the road. Let her go, baby.